Stop scrolling. Taurus, you didn't click on this by accident. The exact timing of your karmic cycle brought you here to hear this confirmation today. I feel the exhaustion in your shoulders from waiting, and the quiet, stubborn hope that you've kept alive when everyone else would have given up. But before you celebrate, there is one spiritual condition attached to this delivery that you need to hear right now. You are the Taurus who has supported everyone else, planted seeds for years, but watched others harvest while your own hands stayed strangely empty. You thought the endless delays and the waiting were a sign of bad luck, a punishment, or a signal that you weren't meant to have what you desired. For years, the heavy weights of your sacrifices were placed on the left side of the scale, pulling you down while the right side stayed empty. You will understand why the universe made you wait so much longer than everyone else. You will discover exactly what is being handed back to you in this new cycle. You will learn the hidden karmic rule to not self-sabotage this delivery right at the finish line. You will recognize the exact physical sign that proves this blessing is permanent. And before this message closes, I will say a sentence about your life that you will carry for the next months. Have you ever felt that quiet fear tightening your chest right when things start going well? As if you are waiting for the other shoe to drop. As if true happiness and unconditional reward were meant for other signs, but not for you. And what if this hesitation isn't just trauma, but a sign that the universe is trying to clear the last remnants of a karmic debt before handing you your crown? Because while many just celebrate the good news, few realize that finally receiving your blessing can trigger deep karmic guilt, self-sabotage, and the spiritual urge to reject what you've earned. But what if the great turning point lies in this revelation that you haven't been able to apply yet? Now think with me. Why do certain areas seem blocked even when I try to do everything right? What if every time you were overlooked, every delayed payment, every relationship where you gave more, every silent tear, and this constant sensation that you had to work twice as hard for half the reward, are actually signs of a karmic debt you've postponed for too long? It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. This book is not just a reading, it is a revelation created for Taurus who wish to understand the spiritual patterns that kept you waiting, break the cycles of guilt, scarcity, and fear of loss, and strengthen your inner energy to finally hold your harvest. Many Taurus already feel they need to change how they see their blocks, but haven't yet made the decision to download the digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But pay attention, access may be taken offline at any moment. It reveals reflections, hidden signs, and directions that can transform the way you receive what you deserve. Do not wait for this open window to close before you learn how to keep what is yours. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the longest wait of your life might be exactly the place where the universe is preparing your most permanent karmic release. If this first word has already touched something in you, write, "I claim my harvest," down below. Not for me, but because another Taurus who is standing exactly where you were a year ago needs this message to find them tonight. This path has a map, and it is already within your reach. In the first pinned comment, I will return to it shortly. And if for some reason you are not interested or cannot acquire the digital book right now, there is still another open door for you. I don't receive a single penny for any of these messages I deliver here every day, nothing at all. And yet they keep coming out every day for you and for every Taurus who still needs to be reached. If at any moment your heart wishes to give back a little of what you received, there is a voluntary donation link open in the first pinned comment right below the book. Any amount that fits in your hand today, any amount your heart points to, that is what keeps this channel standing. That is what makes the next message reach another Taurus tomorrow, exactly as it reached you today. I will wait for you there, Taurus. I still haven't told you the most important thing. There are 4 signs that this cycle has already started to turn, and you will recognize at least one of them. Notice how your body reacts to what I am about to say now. Pay attention to your shoulders. For so long you have been vibrating at the frequency of pure survival. You learn to expect the struggle, to brace for the impact, to calculate the hidden cost of every smile, and to wait for the inevitable catch every time life handed you something remotely good. But the atmosphere around you has definitively shifted. Your physical body is already picking up on the change before your conscious mind can process it, recognizing that the long winter is ending. We need to slow down for a second because the signs that your karmic debt has been paid are not loud. They don't arrive with grand announcements or fireworks. They arrive in the quietest, most mundane moments of your day, slipping in through the cracks of your routine. There are 4 exact signs that this cycle is breaking right now, and if you look closely, you will see that you have already lived at least one of them in the past few weeks. The first sign happened on that ordinary Tuesday afternoon, when you looked at your bank account or checked your messages. You were bracing yourself, expecting the usual stress and that familiar tight knot of anxiety in your stomach. But instead, you felt a sudden, strange sense of peace wash over you. That wasn't apathy, Taurus. It wasn't you just giving up on your dreams. It was your spirit knowing the debt was finally paid. You called it an unfair delay. The universe called it the exact time needed to prepare your roots to hold this blessing. The second sign arrived in the middle of the night. You woke up at 3 a.m., not with your usual racing thoughts or panic about tomorrow, but with a deep, silent knowing that a heavy chapter was permanently over. For some of you, this appeared as a sudden emotional detachment from a situation you were desperately clinging to. For others, it was a quiet, unshakable realization about your path forward. You called it losing everything. The universe called it clearing the space, so this new delivery wouldn't have to share a room with your old debts. The third sign is about the unexpected surrender of control. It was that moment in the kitchen where you dropped something, or a minor inconvenience happened. And instead of getting angry or frustrated, you just sighed. You simply let go of a control you realized you no longer need to carry. You stopped trying to force the pieces to fit. You called it being forgotten by luck. The universe called it protecting your harvest from eyes that weren't ready to see you shine. The fourth sign is the sudden physical lightness in your chest when someone mentioned the future. For the first time in years, you didn't feel dread. You didn't feel the crushing weight of endless obligations pressing down on your lungs. Instead, you felt a quiet, unfamiliar curiosity about what is actually to come. The heavy door is off its hinges, and your spirit is finally remembering how to breathe without the weight of the world on it. These signs have a common origin, and it has a name. But before the name, you need something else. There is a path of clearing, and I am going to open it right now. Before the name, before the word. Because anyone who carries the heavy weight of an ancient karmic debt needs relief before receiving the final revelation. Stay. And this is exactly where the path of clearing opens. The signs that just hit you didn't hit by accident, Taurus. They are the physical, undeniable proof that the scale is finally tipping in your direction. But even as the relief washes over you, there is a shadow trailing right behind it, pulling at your ankles. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It is that heavy knot in your stomach that whispers, you haven't suffered quite enough to earn this yet. It is that deeply ingrained reflex that makes you look over your shoulder, bracing for the impact, as if the universe's generosity always came with a hidden price tag explicitly printed with your name on it. For your entire life, you have been conditioned to believe that every good thing was actually a test you were bound to fail, or a temporary loan that would be violently ripped away tomorrow morning. And what if this sudden urge to shrink back down isn't humility at all, but the final desperate trap of an ancient karmic debt demanding to be cleared before you can finally hold your harvest? I have seen Taurus who are exactly where you are right now. I have watched them stand at the very edge of their monumental victory, only to become completely paralyzed by the fear that it was all a cosmic mistake. They did the brutal work, they endured the deafening silence, they carried the crushing weight for everyone else around them. And yet, the moment the heavy oak door of their reward finally swung open, they refused to step inside. They let the old conditioning convince them that if it feels this light, it must be a lie. They started over-explaining their joy. They started apologizing for their success. I have seen them hand over their rightful blessings to people who didn't lift a single finger, simply because they couldn't bear the unfamiliar, terrifying weight of being truly rewarded. They survived the storm, but they didn't know how to survive the peace. The promotions that went to someone else, the apologies you never received, the feeling of paying for a spiritual mistake you don't even remember making. You have carried this invisible ledger for decades, constantly balancing the accounts of everyone around you while your own column remained empty. It was mapping this exact spiritual accounting that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. This digital book is the definitive, urgent map to understanding exactly why your harvest was delayed and how to permanently stop your subconscious from rejecting it now that it is finally here. It violently breaks down the ancient cycles of overgiving, guilt, scarcity, and fear of loss that have silently governed your life from the shadows. It goes straight to the root of why you feel the need to bleed for every inch of ground you gain. Because there is a profound, unshakable truth you must understand right now, before this timeline shifts. The universe never deletes an unpaid effort. It only holds it in escrow until your energy is clear enough to receive it without sabotaging the delivery. And this cosmic window does not wait for you to feel ready. Every single day you spend second-guessing your worth is a day you risk pushing your permanent reward back into the void. Every hesitation, every time you downplay your victory to make others comfortable, every moment you let the imposter syndrome speak louder than your spiritual rights, is another chance for this debt to reclaim what is yours. If you do not learn how to keep your hands physically open right now, you will inevitably repeat the cycle. You will watch another agonizing season pass, where you plant the seeds, water the soil, defend the land, and then stand completely empty-handed while someone else eats the fruit of your grueling labor. The digital book is in the first pinned comment. Download it right now, while this word is still alive and burning in your chest. Do not let the familiar comfort of struggle pull you back into the dark. Step into the light that you paid for with your own endurance. You need the complete clearing of this debt that only this map fully explains. Imagine that massive iron scale again, Taurus. For years, you watched the left side sink deeper and deeper into the dirt under the tremendous weight of everything you carried for others. You are so used to the strain, so accustomed to the heavy pulling on your shoulders, that walking without it feels wrong, almost dangerous. But the universe is dropping the solid gold of your harvest onto the right side now, violently leveling the scale. The vibration of that impact is what you are feeling in your chest today. It is time to let your hands physically open. It is time to let the guilt dissolve into the earth. And as I told you earlier, Taurus, besides the digital book that is in the first pinned comment, there is that open voluntary donation link right below the book. I still do not receive a single penny for every message that goes out from here to you. That is why this link exists, so that another Taurus tomorrow finds exactly this message that found you today. Whatever amount your heart points to, each gesture like this keeps our channel standing and makes the next message reach whoever needs it, exactly as it reached you today. What arrives has a shape, and it has a date. And now, with the path laid out before you, the name descends. You have spent years staring at a closed door, wondering what you did wrong to make it lock from the outside. You watched people with half your dedication and a fraction of your loyalty walk effortlessly into the very rooms you were desperately trying to access. You thought this was a permanent reality. You thought the endless delays, the blocked finances, and the deafening silence were a sign of bad luck, a punishment for a mistake you didn't know you made, or a cruel signal that you just weren't meant to have what you deeply desired. But this is where the grand illusion shatters. It is not bad luck. It is not a cosmic punishment. It is the cosmic ledger's payout. The cosmic ledger's payout is the universe's infallible spiritual accounting system. It meticulously tracks every unseen effort, every silent tear you cried in pure exhaustion, and every single time you gave infinitely more than you received. You see, the universe wasn't ignoring you, Taurus. It wasn't holding your blessings back just to watch you struggle and test your famous patience. It was holding your massive harvest in cosmic escrow while your roots grew deep enough and your spine grew strong enough to actually sustain the crushing weight of this incoming blessing. If it had been handed to you a year ago, the sheer magnitude of it would have broken you, or you would have immediately given it away to someone who didn't deserve it. Now, the karmic debt is officially cleared. The payout window is finally opening, and the heavy scales are violently leveling. This specific window is not an abstract concept. It is a tangible, concrete timeline that is activating right now in your reality, dropping exactly what was unfairly withheld back into your life. Think about the builder of the stone house. Imagine a man who laid heavy, solid bricks in the freezing rain, day after day, year after agonizing year. While he was working until his hands bled and his back ached, everyone else around him was quickly pitching flimsy tents, laughing at his slow pace, and enjoying the quick, cheap shelter they got with zero effort. They called him foolish, they called him stubborn, they told him he was working too hard for a future that wasn't guaranteed. And then, the great storm finally came. The fragile tents were washed away in a matter of seconds, leaving everyone else entirely exposed to the brutal elements. But the builder, he simply wiped the mud from his hands, pushed open the heavy oak door of his stone house, stepped inside and calmly lit a fire. It took so much longer and it demanded absolute endurance from him, but what he built is completely unbreakable. It is exactly where you are right now, Taurus. The long, freezing storm is over, and it is time for you to finally step inside what you have so painstakingly built. I saw you remake the math in the middle of the night, looking for a mistake that was never yours. I watched you carry the terrifying weight of everyone else's chaos, while your own hands remained painfully empty, thinking I had simply abandoned you to survive on your own. I did not forget a single tear, a single late night, or a single silent sacrifice. I was simply clearing the ground so your harvest would never have to share a room with the debts of others. Your spiritual account is fully settled, and your hands are finally cleared to receive. There is a woman who carried this exact same karmic weight for years. She gave absolutely everything to her family, worked twice as hard as anyone in the room, and always, without fail, ended up completely empty-handed right when she was about to win. She thought it was her permanent destiny to just be the silent provider who never gets provided for. The rock that everyone leans on but no one supports. And then the cycle shifted. What changed in her wasn't her work ethic or her endurance. It was her sudden, quiet refusal to accept crumbs anymore. The moment she stopped over-explaining her worth, stopped minimizing her needs, and stopped apologizing for taking up space, it instantly unlocked the exact massive harvest she had been waiting for all her life. The heavy doorway swung open, and the cosmic ledger's payout was released to her because she finally proved to the universe she could hold it without dropping it back into the mud out of guilt. You are still processing this right now, feeling that strange, unfamiliar lightness spreading through your chest as if a ghost you've carried for a decade has finally left the room. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name on it. Because you see, this cosmic payout is not a generic blessing thrown into the wind. It is a meticulously calculated return, tailored exclusively for the specific roles you have played in the dark. The universe is not just handing you a reward, it is finally acknowledging who you had to become while everyone else was busy taking you for granted. It is time to look at the three faces you wore during the long winter, the exact identities that forged your spirit and built the debt the universe is now paying off. You are the silent provider, the one who quietly paid the bills, fixed the broken pieces, and made sure everyone else had a safe place to land when their worlds collapsed. You never asked for a parade, and you never demanded a medal for keeping the lights on. But beneath that stoic reliability, there is a profound, exhausting loneliness, a quiet wondering if anyone would ever be strong enough to provide for you if you were the one who finally broke down. You are the patient sower, the one who stayed behind in the dirt, carefully planting seeds and tending to the soil long after everyone else abandoned the field for an easier harvest. You watched others take the credit for the gardens you grew, smiling politely while they ate the fruit of your labor. But deep down, there is a lingering grief for all the seasons you spent, pouring your vital energy into barren ground, secretly fearing that your own hands would always remain empty. You are the unseen anchor, the one whose sheer presence kept the entire ship from sinking during the storm. Taurus carries, Taurus sustains, Taurus does not beg. You held the unbearable weight of chaotic relationships and fragile families, absorbing the shockwaves so they wouldn't have to feel the impact. Yet underneath that unbreakable iron surface, there is a silent, desperate plea for just one person to see how incredibly heavy it is to hold the world together every single day. And you know exactly what I am talking about. Place your hand on your chest right now and notice how it feels. That warmth spreading behind your ribs has a name. It is the undeniable physical recognition of your own unacknowledged sacrifices finally being seen by the light. You have survived the isolation of being the anchor, the sower, and the provider, and now the cosmic scales are tipping back to crown you. But this identity that has just been declared over you needs to be sustained, because the Taurus who knows their own worth without knowing their own debt will inevitably go back to carrying what is not theirs. To truly step into this new era, you must learn how to protect your energy. It was to build this exact protection that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. The link to download this digital book is available right now in the first pinned comment. You must learn to sustain the harvest that has just been declared over you, because knowing you deserve the reward is only half the battle. You have spent a lifetime giving your power away, and now you must actively rewire your spirit to receive. The patient sower cannot afford to let the old guilt poison the new soil. Do not wait for the fear to return to try and sustain what was just spoken over you. Download the digital book in the first pinned comment and seal this identity forever. I promised I would return to this, but first, you need to know exactly how this cycle will try to return to drag you back down, because it absolutely will try. The universe is finally handing back what is rightfully yours, but an ancient cycle does not die quietly. It will test you one last time to see if you still flinch when good things arrive. In the coming days, this old karmic debt will try to reclaim its territory using 3 specific tactics, and you must be ready with 3 exact weapons to defend your harvest. The first tactic is the insidious whisper of imposter syndrome. It will strike right after a major victory or a sudden relief, telling you that this was all just a massive cosmic mistake. It will whisper that you don't really deserve this much peace, and that someone is eventually going to realize you haven't suffered quite enough to earn it. When this lie echoes in your mind, your first weapon is to speak back directly. You must declare out loud, "I have paid my dues." Do not just think it. Say it out loud. You must let your own ears hear the irrefutable truth that the debt is completely settled. The second tactic is the sudden, desperate urge to immediately give away your reward just to please others. For some of you, this will look like receiving a much-needed financial blessing and instantly looking for someone to rescue. For others, it will manifest as the overwhelming urge to shrink your own happiness so you don't make a friend or partner feel insecure. The moment you feel the impulse to minimize your victory or explain it away, use your second weapon. Physically place your hand firmly on your chest, take a slow, deep breath and claim the space. You must stand directly in your light and absolutely refuse to shrink. The third tactic is the paralyzing fear that it will all be violently taken away tomorrow. It is that ancient hesitation that will try to make you close your hands again tomorrow morning, convincing you that if life is finally this good, a devastating tragedy must be waiting just around the corner to balance the scales. When that terror rises in your throat, your third weapon is final. You must declare with unshakable authority, "My harvest is sealed." The immediate consequence of this declaration is proving to the universe that you are finally ready to hold the heavy weight of your blessing. These 3 weapons protect you from what I was able to show you today. But the cycle has more layers than can fit in one single video. The deep conditioning you have carried for decades will not surrender just because you recognized it once. You need to know exactly what to do when the imposter syndrome kicks in, when the fear of losing it paralyzes you, when the guilt of being happy tries to pull you down. It is for this exact reason that I am telling you to secure your copy of The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus right now. This digital book is the complete map of liberation you need so you don't sabotage this cycle. The link is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. I am not rushing you, I am warning you. Do not wait for the self-doubt to strike before you open the map. This specific cosmic window of payout is open right now, and the universe will not wait forever for you to decide if you are finally worthy of stepping inside. Now I need you to stop learning for a moment and start feeling. Close your eyes, Taurus. Or if you can't, just lower your gaze and let the noisy world blur out for a second. We have talked enough about the endless struggle, the agonizing waiting, and the heavy karmic cycles that kept you anchored in a place you outgrew years ago. Now, I need you to step out of your mind. I need you to stop calculating, stop learning for a moment, and just start feeling. Drop your shoulders right now. Take one slow, deliberate breath. You have been bracing for a devastating impact that is no longer coming. The long winter of your karmic debt is officially over, and your physical body needs to understand that it is finally safe to rest in the light. Imagine that massive iron scale again. Feel the heavy, dense weight on the left side of your body, all your past efforts, the endless waiting, the silent tears, and the exhausting responsibility of carrying everyone else's chaos. It has been pulling you down for so long that walking without that strain feels almost dangerous. Now focus on the right side. Feel the universe placing a massive, warm, golden weight onto your right side. Feel the undeniable physical sensation of the iron scales violently leveling out, perfectly balanced. Notice your jaw finally unclenching. Notice your hands slowly opening, your palms facing up toward the sky, completely ready to hold the magnificent harvest that is dropping into them right now. Let it go, Taurus. Release the subconscious guilt of finally being the one who receives the reward. Release the deeply ingrained fear that if things are this good, a tragedy must inevitably be waiting to take them away tomorrow. Release the spiritual accounting of all the people who took your energy and never bothered to pay you back. That debt is being cleared by a higher power, and it is no longer yours to collect. Release the ancient urge to over-explain your joy and shrink your light just so others won't feel uncomfortable in the presence of your victory. You are no longer surviving on the crumbs of a delayed cycle. You are activating the full power of your permanent harvest. Step forward as the silent provider who finally allows the universe to provide an unconditional abundance that never runs dry. Step forward as the patient sower who stands in the center of the field, holding the golden fruit of a long, brutal season. Step forward as the unseen anchor, whose unbreakable strength is now the exact foundation of a completely transformed new life. You are still processing this right now, feeling that strange, unfamiliar lightness spreading through your chest, as if a ghost you've carried for a decade has finally left the room. Before we seal this, write down below the name of someone you are carrying through this crossing, or if it is just for you, write in one sentence what you are expecting the universe to finally hand back to you. I will read it. And you will not write this alone. Do not let this energy go just yet. We are not finished. Stay with me. I speak a covering over the foundation you have built in silence. I declare a protection over the unseen efforts you poured into the dark. I seal the massive harvest that is finally crossing your threshold today. You thought I had simply turned my back while everyone else was celebrating the exact things you asked for. You watched the seasons change, feeling the bitter sting of every delayed payment and every overlooked effort, believing that I was punishing you for a mistake you didn't even remember making. But I was never punishing you. I was making sure that when your season finally arrived, the roots you had grown would be strong enough that no storm could ever wash your reward away. I saw you remake the math in the middle of the night, looking for a mistake that was never yours. I watched you sitting in the quiet dark, recalculating your worth, wondering why your immense loyalty was always met with such crushing silence. I saw every tear you refused to let fall in front of others because you were too busy being the anchor they desperately needed. You gave so much of yourself to people who only knew how to take, and you thought that empty feeling was your permanent destiny. But the ledger was always recording every single drop of energy you spent. I was not ignoring your sacrifices. I was busy clearing the ground, removing the attachments that would only drain the magnificent abundance I was preparing to hand back to you. You do not need to brace for the impact anymore, because there is no hidden catch to this delivery. The long, exhausting winter of you working twice as hard for half the reward is permanently closed. I am not testing your endurance anymore. I am answering your endurance with a payout so heavy, it will shatter every doubt you ever held about your worth. Your hands are completely cleared to receive. The debt is settled, the scale is leveled, and what I am placing into your life now is not a temporary loan. It is your permanent, unconditional harvest, and it belongs exclusively to you. The imposter syndrome that speaks with your voice ends here. The urge to shrink your light and give away your reward to please others ends here. The paralyzing fear that your blessing will be violently taken away tomorrow ends here. Taurus is never late. Taurus is not behind anyone. Taurus arrives right on time. Don't let go yet. The universe has just told you, I saw you remake the math in the middle of the night, looking for a mistake that was never yours. And that is exactly why I need to remind you of something before sealing this. What was released here today is profoundly real, but tomorrow morning, the mundane routine will try to convince you that absolutely nothing changed. You will wake up, and that ancient hesitation that will try to make you close your hands again tomorrow morning will creep back in, whispering that you still need to struggle to survive. This is the ultimate test of the new cycle. To make sure you do not fall back into the old patterns of self-sabotage, deep guilt, and fear of loss, you need a daily companion. You need to sustain what was unlocked in this crossing so it isn't lost by tomorrow. That is why your next immediate step is to secure your copy of The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. The link to this digital book is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. It is the exact map to keep your spiritual hands permanently open and block the return of the karmic debt forever. Do not wait for tomorrow to test the freedom you claimed today. Download it right now. There are thousands of Taurus listening to this right now, sharing the exact same silence and feeling the exact same profound relief as you. You are not walking this path alone anymore. If this voice found you today, and if you felt the heavy scales leveling in your own chest, subscribe to the channel. Not for a number, but because the next message in this series is going to look specifically for those who have already crossed this first massive threshold with us. In the next video of this series, I will show you the hidden sign that appears exactly 3 days before a massive financial karmic debt is paid off, and why almost every Taurus ignores it. Do not miss it. And still in this video, Taurus, before I seal this hour with you, I come back one last time to this request. You have walked with me this far. You have crossed every word, every revelation, every sign. And if at any moment of this message you felt the universe touch you, you know this video was not an accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, but as a giving back from the one who received to the source this message came from. Any amount your heart points to, and the universe sees every gesture. The universe sees, and the universe multiplies over your home, over your days, over what you don't even know is about to arrive. This was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much. And when the wait tries to return, remember that the answer has a name, The Great Secret of the Karmic Debt, and it is already within your reach. The builder of the stone house has finally finished his brutal work in the freezing rain. The heavy oak door is open, the fire is lit, and the universe has leveled the massive golden scale in your favor. Now you can let go. This message is complete. What was seen was seen. What was settled was settled. Walk light, Taurus.